Good morning and happy Monday. I hope you all were able to enjoy some of that beautiful weather that we had over the weekend. So let's just jump right into our live workout this morning. Going to follow the same style, the high intensity intervals. Again, we're going to be working for 30 seconds and then taking a break for 30 seconds and just following that pattern throughout for about 25 minutes. We're going to add a little bit of a cool down segment on the end of this workout. So overall, it should be about 30 minutes. Some new exercises we're going to go through today, so that should be a lot of fun. So make sure you have your water ready. And we'll just get right to it. The first one, I'll show you the first one just so that I can get everything ready, is going to be plank rotations. So we've done the plank to push up against a wall so far. So we're going to set up the same way. We're going to get in our plank position. But what we're going to do is take one arm off at a time and reach out with that arm that's coming off the door. So we're kind of rotating, hence the name, from side to side as you keep your forearm flat against the door. So that's going to be our first exercise. So again, working for 30 seconds and then resting for 30 seconds. I'm going to hit the timer and we'll get started right away. All right, hitting the timer in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Oop, didn't want to go. Here we go. All right, we're going. All right, so we're setting up and we're rotating side to side, reaching one arm off at a time, keeping the forearm flat against the wall, fully extending. We're over halfway through this first one. Notice that I'm putting pressure against the wall here and leaning into the wall. 3, 2, and 1. Good, and you can relax. Good, that's number 1. Next up is going to be good mornings. This is very simple. We're going to stand feet width apart, slight bend in the knees. I like to cross my arms across my chest, but you can do what you like. We're just going to lean forward, back is nice and flat, and then we're going to pull ourselves up and just continue that motion in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Just lean forward. You'll feel a little bit of a stretch in the back of the leg. Don't go too far and overstretch there. Whatever you're capable of doing here. Sit back on the heels so you balance nicely. 10 more seconds. Use that breath as you're getting into the stretch here, and then inhale coming up. 3, 2, and 1. Good, nice work. That's 2. All right, now a fun one. We've done most of these push-ups. We're gonna do a push-up combo. We're gonna start out wide with 2 push-ups. Move to our tricep push-ups at about shoulder width apart. Then we're gonna move to a diamond push-up, just one of those. Because then we're gonna work our way back out. All right, so we're gonna go and do combos. So here we go, get ready and start. So we do 2 on the outside here, 1 of our tricep, and then 2 of our diamond push-ups. So your hands are very, very close together. And then 1 tricep, out wide, 2 regular wide push-ups, back to our tricep. 5 seconds to go, 2 diamonds, and done. Good. So just going through that pattern of different push-ups. Again, the diamond push-up, your hands are really close together like this. All right, runner's pose is next. We're gonna simply stretch our leg back, pull through, and hike the knee up on one leg at a time. We'll switch 20 seconds or 15 seconds through so that we do one side at a time. 2 and 1. Here we go. Step back and pull through. If you need to use the wall to kind of balance yourself. That's perfectly fine. 3, 2, 1. Let's switch. Again, you can use that wall right. If you have one, a chair would be great too. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good work. All right. That's round number 1 of our first series of exercises. So we're going back to those plank rotations. Again, forearms on the wall, about 1.5 feet away from the wall, depending on your preference there, but leaning into the wall. We're going to get going in about 5 seconds, so let's set up. 3, 2, 1. Take one arm off, reach it out, bring it back, and place it back on the wall. Alternating sides. Halfway there. Ten seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good work. All right, back to those good mornings. Again, you can do whatever you feel like with your arms. If you want to reach them out in front of you, that's great too. Just make sure you're keeping that back straight the whole way through. About 10 seconds until we get started here. So I'm going to place my arms across my chest, touching my shoulders. Feet hip width apart. 2, 1, and here we go. Bending forward. Again, make sure you're sitting back on those heels. So that you can stay balanced and not tip forward. 7 seconds to go. 3, 2, and 1. Good, come back up. All right, back to our push-up combo. We start with 2 out wide, 2 with the tricep, or 1 with the tricep, 2 with the diamond, 1 with the tricep, and 2 out wide. All right, looks like I got a push-up partner. Nope, she's leaving. All right, so I'm gonna set up nice and wide. We're gonna do 2 here to get started. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 1, 2 into the triceps, and 2 diamonds. 1, 2, back to our triceps, and out wide, 2 here. 1, 2, triceps, diamond, about 5 seconds to go. 1, 2, triceps, and done. Good work. All right, runner's pose to finish off our second round of series number 1. I'm gonna grab a drink of water quick. Like I said, make sure you have some water close. These 30 seconds in between exercises are a way for you to bring your heart rate down and rest before we get right back into it. So we're going to runner's pose in 5 seconds. Right side first. I got my wall here to hold me up. Here we go. Hike that knee up. Step back. Hike it up. We're going 15 seconds on this side. And switch. Step back. Bring it on up. 5 seconds to go. And good. All right. Round number 3 coming up. Then we're on to the second series already. So we're going back to those plank rotations, reaching one arm off at a time, alternating sides. Make sure you're leaning into that wall so that that body is working to stabilize. This is a great core exercise. Here we go. One arm off at a time. Really try to rotate the torso when you come off. Makes those core muscles work a little harder. You get more out of it halfway through. Two and one. Good. Press yourself against or away from the wall. And we're working on our good mornings. Once again, excellent for the hamstrings. So that's why you want to keep a nice little bend in the leg. You'll feel a nice stretch there. So let's get in our stance here. Feet hip width. 2 and 1. Here we go. Now this doesn't have to be, none of these movements have to be fast. As always, take this at your own pace. Do what you're comfortable doing. If you want to have a chair in front of you for this one, that would be a great way to stabilize yourself if you have trouble balancing. 5 more seconds. Good. All right, and then back to those push-up combos. Again, start with 2 wide, 1 narrow, 2 diamonds, back to the narrow, and then 2 wide. So we're making sure we get 2 of each when we go in and out. 5 seconds, so let's set up. Wide stance first, or wide grip first. Here we go. 1, 2, bring it in narrow. 1, 2. Oops, I did 2. I was only supposed to do 1. And then I only did 1 of those. I'll switch it on the next one. Here we go. 2 wide, 1 narrow, and 2 diamonds. You can really do whatever you're comfortable with. Good, that's 30 seconds. All right, last one of this series is our runner's pose. Then we're on to the next 4 exercises. So again, if you need something to stabilize yourself, a chair or a wall is great. If you have a countertop nearby, that's great too. Just something to give you some extra balance. 5 seconds. 2 and 1. Step back and pull that leg straight through. We're not really counting reps here, we're just going for seconds. So we're hitting 15 seconds on each side. And switch. Step back and pull it through. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Good work. All right, on to series number 2. All right, this first one, we're gonna stand with our feet a little wider apart, arms all the way out, and we're gonna reach down and across and tap wherever you can on that opposite leg. I'm gonna get a little closer. I was hitting the wall. This should be good right here. 5 seconds before we get started. Widen your stance. 3, 2, 1. So we reach down, try to keep your back neutral still. You don't want to round your back. So go where you can. Follow with the head and the gaze. Halfway there. 5 seconds to go. 3, 2, and 1. Good work. All right, that's number 1. Next up is going to be alternating leg, arm and leg plank. So we're going to plank against the door again, but this time we're going to lift the arm and the leg, opposite arm and leg off the wall. All right, and really try to extend as you're reaching out. 5 seconds, so let's set up in our plank. Here we go. So you reach pulling one leg off the wall at a time. Extending. Remember, it's opposite arm and leg. We're creating some balance issues with our body, so we're trying to throw our body off balance by doing this. So we're really working, our core muscles are working to keep us balanced. 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, next up is going to be reverse lunges. So getting down into those lunges, kind of like the runner's pose a little bit, except we're not hiking the knee up. So if you need a chair or a wall, grab that quick. We have 10 seconds before we get started. And we'll alternate sides right away. So here we go. So we step back, then the other side. So we're just alternating. If you need to hold on to that wall, make sure your knee doesn't go past your toes here. It can create some problems for the knee joint. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Nice job. We have one more for our first round. This one I just learned today. It's pretty fun. It's elbow lifts. So you're going to kind of press your back against the wall with your arms at about a 90-degree angle. Your feet a little bit away from the wall, and you're just going to press into your elbows and push yourself off the wall. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. So we just take those elbows and press off the wall, and we're squeezing our back. It's not a big movement, but you're really working those back muscles. Halfway there, 15 seconds to go. If you have to readjust at all, don't be afraid to do so. 3 seconds, 2, and 1. Good. Pressing away from that wall. Good. That's round number 1. 2 more rounds like that, and we have completed our exercise routine for the morning. So we're going back to the reach down and tap across. So let's get ready for that. 5 seconds before we get started. And here we go, reaching down and across. I can tap about my shin comfortably. Right now, I'm a little tight this morning, but just reaching down to where you can. You don't have to tap your toes. If you feel like you're stretching too far, you're probably reaching down too far. 5 more seconds. And last one. Good. All right. Back to the alternating arm and leg plank. So again, we're going to start like this, and we're going to reach one arm up and kick the opposite leg back. So you're constantly going opposite limbs, just like that. So let's get started. RJ wants to do it with us. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. So we reach up, kick the leg back. Over halfway there. Try to keep that core nice and engaged. 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Press yourself away from the wall. And we're back to our reverse lunges. Grabbing some water, making sure my screens don't disappear. 10 seconds before we get started. I got my wall. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step it back. Alternating sides. Again, make sure your knee doesn't go past your toes. Halfway. Keep up a nice pace here. 5 seconds. 2 and 1. Good work. Back to our elbow lift. So essentially what we're doing is taking those elbows and pressing them back. So if you practice that, you can feel those back muscles squeezing, and that's what you want to feel when you're pressing away from the wall. So just find that spot comfortably with your arms, and we're just going to press away. So we move our feet away from the wall a little bit so we don't fall forward, and here we go. Pressing through the elbows, squeezing the back muscles. So your chest should be pretty much open at this point. I'm going to keep a neutral back as always. 3, 2, 1. Good work. All right. Press away from the wall. We got one more round to go here. And then we're finished with the exercise and we'll get into our cool down. So back to reaching down and across to touching those opposite toes, shins, knees, thighs, whatever you can touch here. So about 5 seconds before we get started. I'm ready. And here we go, reaching down and across. And again, try to bring your torso close to the ground, but don't round your back. Keep a nice neutral spine. And as always, don't rush through this. We're dealing with some very important parts of our body, so you don't want to injure them. 5 seconds to go. 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, alternating arm and leg plank. So again, opposite limbs extending here. Okay. Try to keep those forearms on your wall the whole time. 10 seconds. All right, see you later. 5 seconds before we get started, so let's set up. And here we go, reaching out, extending, core is engaged, nice and tight. Seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Good work. All right, reverse lunges for the last time here. Remember to step back. And like I was saying, make sure your knee doesn't go past your toes. So if you can see where my knee is, if I take a step back, notice how my knee automatically pushes forward. Just make sure it doesn't go too far forward. All right, 5 seconds to go. 2 and 1. Here we go. So stepping our feet back into that lunge until you get to about a 90-degree angle with your knee. You don't need to go any lower than that. I can also put unnecessary stress on your knee, and there's absolutely no reason to do that. 3 seconds, one more time. Good work. All right. Just our elbow lifts to finish it off, and then we'll get to an awesome cool down. A little bit of stretching and some breathing, because definitely earned it today. 15 seconds before we get started. So let's go ahead and start setting up against the wall here. All right, I'm gonna kick my feet away from the wall. I'm leaning against the wall at the moment. But my back is nice and straight. Here we go, pressing through the elbows. that squeeze in the back. Halfway there. Five seconds. Last one, press through. Good work. All right, grab a drink of water. We're about to get into our cool down. So we're gonna get our 30 seconds of cool down in here yet. And we'll do some stretching. So let's start with the lower body and we'll work our way up. So let's stretch out those hamstrings. We did quite a bit with the hamstrings today, so let's go ahead and get those. So if you need a wall or a chair, make sure you have it. What we're gonna do is take one of our legs, doesn't matter which one, we're gonna do both. I'm gonna take my right leg here, kick it out in front, nice and straight, and I'm bending my back, my left knee. What I'm gonna do is, this is gonna be tough if you have a wall, you're gonna have to turn around if you're in my position, but what I'm gonna do is exhale and reach down for my toes and kind of just sit back on my heel. And what you're gonna feel is a nice big stretch in the hamstrings, kind of working all the way down to the calf muscle, up into the glutes a little bit. We're just gonna exhale as we get deeper into that stretch. You'll feel it kind of in the lower back as well. And we're gonna inhale and roll up nice and slowly. And we're gonna switch sides. So again, I'm kicking my left leg straight forward, bending the back right knee. Exhaling, reaching forward. As we get deeper into the stretch. Now you can reach all the way down for your toes. You can simply just, with both hands, grab around by your ankle, whatever is comfortable for you. Inhale, slowly rise back up. Let's stretch out our quads a little bit in the front of the leg. So if you have a wall, go ahead and wall, countertop, just something to keep you upright. We're gonna grab at the ankle joint here, and we're gonna pull kind of up and back, but we don't want to see this because that starts to overextend our lower back. So we want to keep a nice neutral back. We're just gonna pull the ankle back like as far as we can. And we're gonna feel a nice big stretch right in the quad here. Exhaling as you get deeper into the stretch. Slowly let it go. And we'll do the other side. So support yourself, grab at the ankle, pull it in toward the midline of the body, pull that ankle up and back, and you'll feel a nice big stretch in the quad. Exhale as you stretch. Good, and we'll let it go. All right, now let's get toward the upper body a little bit here. Let's just kind of work a little bit more of the hamstrings, glutes, hips a little bit. So what we're gonna do is widen our stance a little bit. I like to bring my arms out. Exhale, kick the butt back. Bring the torso closer to the ground, just like that. Kind of like we did with our good mornings. And then I'm gonna shift my weight over to the side, stretching out the hips over here. You can do whatever you want with your arms. We're gonna inhale, shift the other side, bend the knee just a little bit if you want, if it feels better. And we're gonna stretch out the hips and glutes over on this side. We're gonna inhale, bring ourselves back to the center and back up. Let's get that upper body a little bit. We'll do the chest. So what you're going to do is grab behind at your wrist, and then you're going to open your chest up, pressing down and back, just opening the chest up. Feels great. I do this every morning. One of my favorite stretches to do in the morning, just to open up, set the shoulders back. As always, exhale deeper into the stretch. Inhale, release. Let's get to the shoulders then. So we take our arm, reach it across, grab your shoulder with the other arm, and look over that shoulder, exhaling. We'll release that stretch and do the other side. Reach across, grab a hold, look over the shoulder, exhale, stretch. I don't know if you can hear RJ crying in the background, but he wants to get out. He went for a little joy run in the hallway this morning, so he thinks he can do that again. All right, let's finish just with the forearm stretch, small muscles. So we'll take those hands, press it forward, or pull those hands back toward like the elbow here. Feel that nice big stretch. Switch sides. Exhaling, stretch. Good. All right, we'll finish the whole workout with just a couple deep breaths. So we'll stand nice and tall. If you have a chair, you can sit if that's more relaxing for you. So we'll breathe in through the nose, big deep breath in. And exhale through the mouth. Two more deep breaths like that. Inhale. And exhale. And one more time, big inhale. And exhale. All right, awesome job with today's workout. I hope you had some fun. Feel free to use these exercises in different ways, grouped together with some of the other exercises we did. Be creative with it, have fun with it, stay active and stay healthy, and I will see you all tomorrow.